one that's been troubling me for
Oh,
the last generation of video games.
oh my
Really,
goodness. That's a long time for a trouble.
yeah. It's a trend that's been picking up more and more, and I don't think we're going to see the end of it. And it's open world games.
And I see.
Yes.
Thought provoking.
And the crux of my problem is this: do you find an open world game a distraction on the game itself?
Yes.
For example.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
I'll let you finish your intro.
Yeah. For example, a game like Batman: Arkham Knight totally makes sense for it to be open world because you get the feel of Batman moving point to point, rooftop to rooftop. That's part of the Batman experience. A game like GTA 5 makes sense, I suppose. It's like a living world. You get to feel like you're part of that.
It's kind of like one of the key things about the game, isn't it?
Yeah. But however, me and Matt, who's currently playing Metal Gear Solid 5,
in the
we're
studio.
discussing...
Our camera person is just playing
TV,
playing Metal Gear Solid.
He can't hear us either with headphones.
But we
no,
discussing...
he's looking at
there
us.
he
Okay.
is.
Oh,
Hey, buddy!
Hey.
He's looking at quiet on Metal Gear Solid.
But yeah, we were discussing whether or not Metal Gear Solid 5 warrants being open world, and if it doesn't like distract from the game itself. So like you have the campaign, and then you have an open world where you can't really do anything in there other than
Run
around from point to point.
Yeah.
And you know that can eat up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Which is just like dead time. Admittedly, you're going around a really nice environment. Someone's made look awesome, but yeah, like this trend has been getting bigger and bigger, and the maps keep getting bigger and bigger. And like, it's one of the things that really puts me off games like Elder Scrolls and things like that.
Yeah.
Because everyone and Skyrim, because they're like, oh, it's really really good, and I'm just like, yeah, I'd love to just be able to sit and play it, but I can't afford to catch up on a 40-hour game.
What about? I mean, it depends because there are some games, most of your RPG types, where the open world nature of them, in order to finish the main storyline, you have to go and explore open world to level your characters up enough so that you're powerful enough to finish the game.
Yeah.
I enjoy it in an MMO type environment, like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I was just about to say World of Warcraft.
That's awesome. That makes sense.
That makes sense because you have to go open world to kind of, get more XP.
And
why change it up for something like Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like for a single player experience where you can't have someone with you to like. Well, obviously you can if you're in the same room as someone, but like online you can't have someone with you to do anything with. Yeah. It gets lonesome.
The thing that I've noticed as well, watching Matt play through Metal Gear Solid, is it seems like every single time I glance up and look at the screen, he's just running. And it's just like, yeah, graphics-wise, looks absolutely lovely, but you're just running and running and running. And I've joked and said, like, is there anything more to this game than just
Snake's
running?
got to keep his fitness up.
Find out where the prisoners are. Okay, they're 5 kilometers that way. Like,
yeah. Oh, and the thing that we were talking about actually was how you have like Assassin's Creed being open world. I like the open world in that because there's a lot going on in the open world.
Same kind of like the Batman thing.
Yeah,
it's the feel of you
it is.
sneaking
It's
around.
the feel of it. But why is that not the same for Metal Gear Solid? Why do you think that is? Why don't you get that same feeling?
Because it's in a desert, basically. It's
I
not
guess
in a
it's
city.
just nothing to it.
Is it quite sparse as well?
Yes. Oh, extremely. There is
A
nothing.
desert,
It's just like
pretty damn sparse in the desert, mate.
Sorry, what's going on in the desert? Right,
Not buildings all over the place.
But
No, it's
like
really
if it was
quite
like an
dull.
urban environment,
maybe it would feel a bit better.
like
I think
like the
more
first.
alien because if it was an urban environment, you got to add details like the
No, like
buildings
Watch
that have
Dogs.
purpose.
Where you're trying to stealthily move through a crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you say, Assassin's Creed. That's cool, and that feels like I gotta get to this point without anyone really noticing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Witcher, again, they're really, there's something within.
But
the
there's people
open
to
world
interact
part.
with there. Yeah, like in Metal Gear, you're in Afghanistan, so you can't just like go to a bar.
No.
Barkeep, let's play cards.
No.
And stuff like that. So
It's
there's that element.
You feel very
missing as well.
secluded, don't you?
I
Very
keep
secluded.
finding myself though as I'm trying to think of arguments in my head, counteracting and thinking of like as I talk to myself in my head, the multiple voices.
Why don't you think of arguments? Can't we just have a
I
discussion?
try to drown out the ones that tell me to burn stuff.
We all just get along.
But I keep finding out arguments to support and to go against them. So it's really weird because in something like GTA, you could arguably say the story, especially in the new GTA, you could totally cut out all the side missions and have a fantastic single player experience, singular experience. But in something like GTA, it's always been about the freedom to do what you want. It's that ultimate freedom. So maybe it's a game by game basis. Maybe it's did Metal Gear Solid need to be open world?
But even GTA did start to annoy me a bit with all the side quests because, like, it takes away the sense of urgency. If you be like, "Oh, you've got to go and rescue this hostage right now," and like they're like,
and then they
put you back in the free world, and you're like,
you could just drive around for like
I just
2 hours.
I just
and then go back
partake in
to
some
it and it
street
just carries
races.
on.
gonna go street race, gonna go pick this guy up, gonna go. Yeah, so I really don't like that. That's when I found it a massive distraction. I'd like it if they locked off side quests in that situation.
That's quite interesting. It's really weird you say the sense of urgency because I felt once I got really drawn into the plot on GTA, I found myself not doing the side quests.
Yeah,
I was
you would
rushing.
just
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like in that case, I just wanted to play the campaign because it builds up speed, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to do this is making sense
But ultimately,
now.
it's your
But
choice.
That's what I mean. But then they're like throwing like some guys just like, hey, we're protesting to make weed legal, and you're like, what the hell's just happened?
Yeah.
This isn't what's going on?
I've got bigger things going on, sir.
I see what you mean, but I think because that game you can choose to do it, it's up to you, isn't it? I mean, you can go off and and get high if you want with some hippie dude, or you can just do what I did, which is just. And I ended up just focusing on the story because it was so good. I mean, if you guys have ever seen a film called, I think it's called The Heist.
It's Heat.
Heat. Yeah, you need to watch that if you're a GTA fan because that's the film they lifted a lot of the story from. And because the story was so gripping, I found myself less and less going towards the side quests and just wanting to get the story.
But that's what I mean. That's exactly my point. Like in that, the side quest would be a distraction. Like because you want to do the thing, and so. It feels like a lot of games are kind of forcing it in now. Like I say, like the Metal Gear one is a perfect example. There was no need for it.
No. I said in all fairness,
it sounds like it's got a lot of praises though.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's no need to make it open world because at the end of each goddamn mission, the mission ends and it rolls credits. And then when you go into a thing, it like has opening credits.
It doesn't flow. And I think
this isn't an open world experience.
It's like it's bad. It's the first thing. The first time I saw Matt running through like desert and things, the first thing I said was, "Can you not just click on the location and just get there? Just like jump there,
that
like
is
jump speed
essential in any
Fast
open world
travel.
game. Yeah, Darksiders was good with that. I got so pissed off running
you
everywhere.
can get picked up by a helicopter and go stuff.
Yeah,
That's
but
low
if you're being
times
stealthy,
quite-
and then
you
if you're
need
being
that.
stealthy as well, it just seems a bit.
When you've run across the game world about 5 times, it's like I cannot be arsed to look at that rock again.
But that's the thing. It's like that shouldn't. I don't feel like you should have that feeling though. I don't feel like a part of a game makes you go, "Oh, not this again." Like you shouldn't have that in a game. You should be constantly happy with it.
It's so tough.
But that's what I mean. Like if Metal Gear, if you finish your mission, say you like standard kind of mission, you're just like you got to kill someone, so you kill them, and then they're like, okay, awesome. Now, rather than taking you out of that situation, be like, because you killed this guy, this base over here is doing such and such and such, so you can go and attack that. Or if you wanted to, we got these prisoners here, and then if it just kept you in that
in the
on the ground, had a
agree.
cutscene, and then put you back there, and it's just like, okay, now you can go and do whatever you want. It's like, okay, that makes sense. But it takes you out of it, and you're like, ooh.
And then puts you back in. Oh, I agree. There's
I think the perfect game for you might be Hitman then, because it just popped into my head. That is a game where it's story based, but then the nature of how you complete the mission is open, so you could run around and be a complete mass murderer.
That's what I mean, like that kind of linear gameplay where you have that kind of structure, but like it changes it, so you'll be in like a Russian mansion, and then you'll go to like a military base or something like that. So that it makes sense for you to be taken from one situation and plunked in another. Yeah, on Hitman, if you finished a mission, it wouldn't just be like, all right, now walk around.
No, do what you want to do.
Or like you say, like roll credits on that mission, and then you'd be back on the loading screen, and you're like, okay, now I'm going to select this one, and then it opens up the next mission, tells you the enemies. That's the most annoying thing as well. Tells you the enemies that are going to be the next mission. That's my one major gripe. Yeah,
it's a special forces guy. If they didn't have intelligence, it'd kind of be like, what the fuck is going on? There's people with guns.
It really, really annoys me because it says like starring like whatever, Venom Snake or
I
and all
see.
this kind of stuff. And you're like, okay, yeah, cool, yeah.
Yeah,
And then it
so
goes,
you know the enemy's
also
gonna be-
starring, and tells you what the enemy is. You're like,
It's tough.
Well,
I think there's
you
many
just
nature.
ruined-
There's a lot of nature. There's varying nature to open world, how it works, and so if Metal Gear Solid went like GTA, for example, that clearly would just be completely and ridiculously over the top. Like, oh, why Snake walking into the 7-Eleven for?
No, but
Yeah,
that
so-
that
yeah.
wouldn't work. I mean,
but
you can't
GTA is
merge
like
the
an
two,
everyday life simulator,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
so
why it's
that-
set in an urban
Yeah.
but,
environment.
yeah, Metal Gear
But then
Solid's
conversely, a
totally
game
different
like
thing there.
like Hitman gives you that kind of an open world freedom, but more sort of narrow. It's not as wide as from what I can
Yeah.
tell for you guys as Metal Gear Solid is.
Yeah, it's funny when you said you were going to talk about open world. I started thinking I haven't really played many open world. You know, I like being told this is the start, this is the end, this is what you
Yeah,
do.
I like
Especially, you know, like that's just how I like doing it. I like going level to level. But then I realised I absolutely loved Fable. Fable 2 in particular is the one that
Yeah, yeah.
I just got obsessed with, and yet. That was open world, and I really enjoyed doing the side missions. You gotta, oh no, my chickens have escaped. You need to get them all back in. How inconvenient. I did like doing those, but it didn't feel like you say, like, oh, you need to rush from that place to that place, like
Yeah.
in GTA, and then you could go in the side mission. With Fable, it felt very, you could do what you want.
The
There
thing
wasn't
about that
really
as
too
well,
much in an
and
urgency.
those kind of games like Fable and Elder Scrolls and World of Warcraft, where you're making a character that for yourself, you're experiencing those things
Yeah.
as a character.
Yeah.
You haven't got a pre-existing knowledge of things, which makes it look a bit stupid. Like in GTA, like those characters have a storyline.
Yeah.
So if you do something, like I used to hate like stupid things. I used to hate like if Trevor was in like Michael's car, I'd be like, well, this doesn't feel right because this isn't Trevor's car, and all those kind of things, and that distracts me.
I guess with like
Yeah.
Fable and WoW and whatever
Yeah,
like
but
that,
you-
you
yeah, it's
start
really
as a
odd.
character and
Yeah.
you progress them. Even you say that, and it's like this is what we're trying to figure out, really, isn't it? Throughout this topic, is we're trying to figure out what makes okay to be an open world one and what isn't. What
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of is
Like
pointless.
I
And
haven't got
think
a
We've got different things though. There, you know,
Yeah.
if there's something going on in the open world like GTA, or it adds to the atmosphere, that's fine. And if you started the character yourself and you're developing the character yourself, that's also fine. If you start as a character, but then I think of Assassin's Creed and like being Ezio and things like that. Like he already was a character, and yet
So-
you could
But
still.
is it
there's,
more
there's
a
only
question of
there's only
that.
so many things you can do with Ezio though. That it's still in fitting with the character.
Yeah. True. That's the
Is-
thing. I
Is
don't
it
know
not
where
more
to
a
land
case
on
of
this.
then a design choice? Like, is open world necessary to the game? So
Well,
is-
that's the that's the crux
that is
of it.
it.
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like there's certain times where they've used it badly. Like what was the talk about goddamn Tony Hawk again? What was it? Was it Underground? It was open world.
I know that they did go underground on that series. They did go open world on that series at some point. I can't remember which one.
Really?
Yeah,
For a
but
Tony Hawk
yeah,
game?
but it's that type of thing. Like you do a challenge and then it's like alright, and then you have to like skate somewhere else and do another
Yeah.
challenge.
Burnout,
seems
Paradise
silly.
as well. But that game got like rave
Oh,
reviews.
and was the Crew? Jesus,
Crew. I didn't
Christ.
play that one.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it's
No good.
Yeah, nah.
Seems like when growing up, obviously with me on PC with Medal of Honor, doing the single player mode on Allied Assault, Breakthrough, Spearhead, all that lot. You did. It wasn't. It kind of was open world because you were in a big open space, but you knew you had a compass telling you where to head towards.
Yeah, I
and
love
it's
that type
like-
of thing, like DayZ. That's why I love
Yeah,
DayZ.
it's
man,
like
because
it is open world, but you know where you're going, and it's like, oh no,
Yes.
there's some enemies there. I'm gonna have to kill those, and oh, I need to actually go over there to unlock that gate. But you know where
Yeah.
you're supposed to be going.
But that-
Don't just drop me somewhere and be like, well, you're on
That,
your own.
that happened
kid.
to me with Diablo. I can't understand why Diablo is so popular. I mean, I haven't put too much time into it. Finally got a chance to play. I think it was Diablo 2. It was one of our friends borrowed it to me. It was Mike. He sold me a game out called Diablo 2, and basically I dropped in there and I was like, oh, so what should I do? And I just ran around for ages. I was like, what the fuck?
but it's loot gathering, isn't it? Like that's a different. It's almost like a meta game, really. Like you're always looking to get better loot and stuff like that. That style of game.
I didn't
is
get
the
that.
thing
I didn't
I
understand.
was going to say, yeah,
not
that's
for
what I
me.
mean. Like if you just want to get like action out
I want
of
to
it. and
slay
stuff.
some dragons and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's kind of
Do you know what
part
it
of
is?
it. But the big part of it is just like getting
Yeah.
better and better loot.
They're
Same
daunting. Open world games can be really daunting to me as well, especially to me. I mean, I've always been drawn towards games where I know where the story's going. At the same time, there is a complete polar opposite to open world, and that's basically Rails games. You remember Rails games used to be real big back in the day. Time Crisis is probably the most obvious one. Games of that sort of nature.
House of Dead 2 and Confidential Mission
Sorry.
on Dreamcast.
So yeah,
The only two you could use a sublight gun for.
that's the complete opposite. That is where you've got no freedom. So I think games for the most part I've got it right, and that is where, for me, I like games where I know what I've got to do, but I've got the freedom to do what I want in that environment, as opposed to games where it's like the environment's so big that finding a mission is hard work, and figuring out how to get from A to B, A being the start of the game, B being the end of the game, without doing all the rigmarole of all the side quests.
Okay. To kind of like sum up then, what game existing, or what game would you like to be like developed into like an open world type game? Like for me, I'd love an open world James Bond game. I think that would be amazing.
Really? I don't know. That sounds like Metal Gear to me.
No,
I think
but
it
like
would
I
be
mean,
more
like a kind of a
Batman
more
style. 'Cause I
yeah,
think
like
it'd
an
be,
urban
through the
environment,
city and stuff, and,
espionage,
Bit of free running
blending
through
in,
Paris.
like jumping over rooftops if you have to and stuff like that. I think that would be amazing. Fits that
different
type
side
of
missions and stuff.
yeah, or Born, that type of
Yeah.
spy thriller. I think would work really
Maybe
well.
I think maybe that could work quite well. I don't know, you go, Nikita, so I can keep thinking. Put you on the spot.
It sounds ridiculous because I played it, but the new Tomb Raider.
It was kind of open world, wasn't it?
But that was another. It was open world, but you had a map directing you.
Yeah, and
roughly
I
to
think
where you
I
go
think it
to.
locks off certain passes.
It did, yeah. You couldn't go as far, but
Do you know
I mean,
what? It's actually a really
there's
That
a
would
new
be cool if they
example.
like dumped you on like an abandoned island. There was like, okay, you need to go discover everything on this island, and then once you can.
No,
you
see,
get
that's
off.
what I was just about to say. I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
think you'd
that.
No, I don't think
thought
I
that'd be
like
quite cool.
I was going to say it's a perfect example of a game that was open world but had a very clear.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is. It's open world,
no,
but not
no,
like
no,
open world. It's like
was
an
gonna
open
say-
world that's like a little open world.
No, I think what
Kind of
confusing
open.
here. It's
We're
it's,
confusing
Yeah, open world.
Open
I mean,
world to-
genuinely, literally, you can go anywhere.
anywhere. Yeah.
Not
Freedom to
just
do what
not
you
just
want.
a big level.
We haven't even mentioned sort of like the rogue type games that are coming out where it's just a consistently generating world that never ends.
Ugh.
Could you imagine Metal Gear Solid like that? Just fly into a different
No.
planet and
Procedurally
shoot some
generated.
force. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean that's a
That's the
different
thing. It wouldn't,
thing entirely. I mean,
let's not go there.
Metal Gear
Let's
Snake on a
stay
ship
where
like,
we
where
are.
the fuck am I
do
going?
you know what would be awesome like that? Something like Mass Effect.
That
That would be amazing.
I didn't finish
that,
Mass Effect,
because that
yeah.
is open
Yeah.
world in a sense that you can go down to different planets and do different
Yeah.
things. But once you go to a
Yeah,
planet, you can
you
follow a
can't-
very strict
yeah.
storyline.
I just thought of a perfect. It's not a game that exists already, but I'd love to play a game as like Boba Fett and have that as an open world game.
Oh, because they did try that.
Ooh.
Well, it wasn't open world, but Bounty Hunter,
Yes.
whether it was Django Fett.
Yeah.
And I loved that game
That's
so
what they
much.
should do.
Oh my god!
That's a
Makes
good
sense. It's
idea.
just like, there's some dude on this planet.
Yeah,
let's go.
that'd be absolutely perfect. You know, like you could do it a bit like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Have it on Tatooine.
Yeah.
So you have to like go and track down like
See, I
Yeah.
think that's
bounties and
what
all
I'd
these different
love.
There you go.
smugglers.
We
I
made one.
like that
There we go.
idea. That's awesome.
Good.
We'll make it.
Good
That's it.
way
We've
to
done
do
it. We've done it, guys. We did it.
We've saved
We're
the
gonna
games
be
industry.
rich.
It's really hard for me to think of games that already exist to do it with. I really can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah,
It's
like,
It's
that's what I
difficult
mean.
because
Like,
it's told, you know.
it seems like they're trying to retroactively fit it into stuff now. Like, obviously before he left, I think Jimmy was on about redoing Metal Gear Solid 1 as an open world game, and everyone was just like,
The
why-
story
Yeah.
the story is so fantastic
Yeah,
and
why would you
gripping,
need to?
and it
Yeah.
sweeps you along. I mean, that was one of the sort of most enthralling experiences gaming. It's when I first finished Metal Gear Solid 1. I was like, fuck, man, that was amazing. And it got to the point where I was so hooked, and I was so hooked in the story basically that I was playing it for hours and hours and hours on end, and I could not wait to get to the end. If that experience had been impeded
Yeah.
by go here to do this.
Oh,
Do you remember
Sam's
Spider-Man
gasping.
2?
Yeah, I do remember Spider-Man 2.
That was a good open world game.
That was good. What happened?
Yeah, but that's-
superhero
that's
games got so
similar,
bad after that.
Similar for Batman.
Yeah,
though,
exactly,
Isn't it?
yeah, where you need
Superhero,
that
it's
feeling
like you
of-
can,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
do
need it
whatever
for
you
Spider-Man.
want. You can go wherever you want.
Superman 64.
That was the least open world thing in the world.
I proved some hoops.
That's awful. But yeah,
Oh man, my favourite game, Hotline Miami open world. I said that on the message board. I said if this was
Hotline Miami isn't open
no,
world.
that if it was,
Oh.
if that was built in an old
So
school,
restricted.
I know it's designed to be like an intense experience, but I just could not help but imagine a really cool neon city with pumping
I
80
totally
blocks or
disagree. I
something.
totally disagree.
No,
I
man,
think
it's got
I
a
think
strict-
it's perfect. Like you can actually see the edges of the level when you're in certain like.
How can you get a
rooms
high
and stuff.
score as well? Like,
I know. I don't know. I just want to be in that world and listen to 80s inspired club music for the rest of my life.
you're an idiot, sir, and I've lost all respect for you.
That's what they did with like Morpheus. And stuff. It's not even called Morpheus now, is it? The PlayStation headset.
PlayStation VR.
How uninspired?
Well, it's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't have a kid going to their parents, "What Morpheus?" They're thinking, like, Who's told you about this drug? What is this?
Mama wants some Morpheus.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Nobody
goddamn
wants
drunk.
It sounds amazing.
I just need my Morpheus, man. But no, open world games in virtual reality is going to be mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, can't wait for that. That's amazing.
An open world Mario.
I was literally just about to say I can't.
Of
I
course, she
can't
was
say
going
that.
to
Can
say
I?
that.
Because
Well,
it's when you. It's when you
that
say.
actually
Oh,
would be
no,
quite cool.
it was when-
Metroid, perfect.
You were
Because
saying-
you
were
can go
saying
from
that.
a desert and then you go into your underwater, and then you
Under
can
the
go into.
sea.
That kind of makes sense for Mario.
You already
to be
can.
open
You use
world.
pipes. That's how that works, right?
Super
You
Mario-
get that-
It's not open world, is it? That's boop boop boop. Different.
See, it kind of did go that way.
Or Sonic, like Sonic Adventure.
If you slow down the
I
audio, if you
missed my
slow down the
slot.
audio there, Nikita was actually saying something.
I was just gonna say, like, when you were talking about how can you think of a game now that would be better if it was open world or not, and it's like you were saying you can't think of a game now.
I did think
Of
of one,
which
and you
you're
guys
what?
talked over me.
Jet Set Radio.
No, but it's like at least with Super Mario Maker you can alter games. Ah.
I was going to say Metroid.
Super Mario Maker's best.
When you mentioned Nintendo, that game is perfect for open world because it has that.
Metroid Blast
has
Ball.
a similar it has a similar feel to something like the
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Are we just
I know, I
saying
can't
that
say
games
that
now?
wouldn't work.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a good summary,
Shall
and then
we-
it all just
well,
went
yeah,
to pot.
Cool spot from the Amiga back in 1990.
Anyway,
Crazy weird game.
Right, that was our podcast. As always, you can listen to it on soundcloud.com/ScreenFiendspodcast. And yeah, if you haven't already, we upload the topics one by one, and you can check them all out on YouTube, which I assume you've done because this will probably be the last one.
Please subscribe.
please subscribe, comment,
Leave a
like,
comment.
do whatever you want. Check out screenfields.net for much more.
Yes. Indeed.
Why do we suck so hard?
Indubitably.
Because we don't want to stop, we just get into it,
No.
and then we have to stop.
Please, can we just keep going? No, we have to stop.
We have to stop.
Thank you for listening
Yes.
and watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Why do we suck so much?